Naruto Uzumaki is the protagonist of the series Naruto, created by Masashi Kishimoto, has been burdened with great suffering. Inside it is sealed the Kurama, the nine-tailed fox, a being of immense destructive power. This caused Naruto to be rejected by society and isolated from much of his childhood. Despite being considered a threat by the village, Naruto has immense determination and a burning desire to be recognized and respected. Throughout the series, he grows not only as a ninja, but as a leader who believes in change, friendship, and the importance of maintaining your ideals, even in the face of pain and adversity. Pain, Nagato, on the other hand, is one of the main antagonists of Naruto and a character deeply marked by pain. Originally, Nagato was a boy from Vila de Chuva who, after losing his parents during the war, became an orphan. He and his friends, Yahiko and Konan, formed an organization that initially sought peace, but the pain of loss and constant wars caused him to adopt a pessimistic and radical view of the world. Nagato, under the name Pain, becomes the leader of a terrorist organization, Akatsuki, with the intention of creating peace, but in a cruel and impersonal way, through suffering. He believes that only by inflicting extreme pain on people can he make them understand the true nature of the world, and thus create a new path to peace. The universe of Naruto, it's not just a stage for intense battles and supernatural powers. It is, in essence, a narrative about each character's internal dilemmas, about the fight for peace, overcoming trauma, and, above all, about how our beliefs and values can shape destiny, both personal and collective. At the climax of the story, the meeting between Naruto Uzumaki and Pain, Nagato, reveals one of the biggest debates in the series: the power of believing in one's own values. Naruto's no jutsu speech in his fight against Pain is a fundamental moment of reflection. What begins as a physical clash turns into an ideological battle, where the truth, faith, and ideals of both characters clash. While Pain represents pain, revenge, and skepticism about the possibility of change, Naruto represents hope, the search for peace, and the unshakable belief in the values that were passed on to him by his masters and friends. Naruto's speech to Pain has a profound impact. He refuses to follow the same path of pain and destruction that Pain chose, and proposes a new path, based on understanding, forgiveness, and transformation. Naruto believes that it is possible to change the world's view, not through force or oppression, but through faith in others and in human beings' ability to redeem themselves. He believes that even those who have made mistakes, like Pain, have the power to change if they are touched by understanding and genuine love. This speech is a reflection of what we can understand from a Christian perspective about forgiveness, unconditional love, and the power of our values. For many Christians, the idea that our values shape our destiny is central. The Bible teaches us that while men may fail, God does not, and that those who believe in his plan have the ability to overcome any obstacle. When Naruto talks to Pain about his pain and experiences, he does something very important. He connects with his enemy's pain, recognizing that they both share a history of suffering. But while Pain chose revenge as a response to pain, Naruto chooses understanding and hope. Naruto's choice is based on a deep belief in the values that sustain him. And the Bible also reminds us that it is in times of difficulty that we must cling even more firmly to our faith and the values that God teaches us. In Philippians 4 verse 8, the Bible instructs us to focus on good, true, and righteous things, something that echoes Naruto's behavior. Despite having been rejected and despised for a long time, he chooses to believe in values such as friendship, loyalty, and trust. He believes that through these principles he can not only improve himself, but also impact those around him in a positive way. Naruto's story, then, is not just the quest to be a hero, but the quest to be true to his own principles, however challenging that may be. When he is faced with Pain's suffering, he does not reject it, but understands it, proposing a different way of dealing with pain. This reflects the idea that our actions should be guided by what we believe is fair and good, even if the world around us challenges us. The Bible often talks about the power of our beliefs and how they determine our spiritual journey. In Proverbs 4 verse 23 we read, "Above all things that should be guarded, guard your heart, for from it come the springs of life." This teaches us that, in times of difficulties and tribulations, it is our heart, based on solid values, that will guide us along the right path. Another crucial aspect of Naruto's speech is forgiveness. Although pain destroyed his village and caused pain to many people, Naruto refuses to reciprocate in kind. He proposes a path of change, based on understanding and forgiveness. This attitude of Naruto reflects one of the greatest teachings of Jesus Christ: forgiveness. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus says in Matthew 5 verse 44, "But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." This is a radical teaching, which challenges common concepts of justice and retaliation. In a world where revenge is often seen as a form of justice, Jesus' message is clear. Forgiveness is not just an act of kindness, but a form of liberation and transformation. Naruto, in his decision to forgive, is not only breaking the cycle of hate, but also creating a space for reconciliation and peace. Pain, on the other hand, represents those who, because they have suffered deeply, become skeptical about the goodness and power to change the world. In his speech, he expresses the pain that led him to adopt a philosophy of revenge. For him, suffering is inevitable, and the only possible response to pain is control and destruction. This is a crucial point in reflection. How do we deal with pain? What do our values teach us to do when we are faced with pain and injustice? The Bible also addresses the issue of suffering in a profound way. In Romans 5 verses 3 to 5, Paul teaches us, "Not only so, but we also glory in tribulations, knowing that tribulation produces patience, and patience, experience, and experience, hope." This shows us that suffering, although difficult, has a purpose in shaping our character. Just as Naruto becomes stronger and more understanding due to the challenges he faces, we can also grow spiritually by facing our own difficulties with faith in the values God teaches us. Naruto, by firmly believing in his values, ends up transforming not only his life, but also the lives of his enemies. By confronting pain and his suffering, Naruto proposes an alternative to the vicious cycle of pain and destruction: the path of faith, understanding, and love. He not only talks about his values, but lives them practically, demonstrating that true strength comes from a heart that chooses peace and reconciliation, not war. The Bible teaches us that true strength lies not in our own abilities, but in our faith in God. In Philippians 4 verse 13 we read, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." This strength comes from our trust in God and the values He instructs us to live by. By choosing to live from these values, even when the world challenges us, we find strength that transcends our own understanding. Reflecting on Naruto's speech to pain leads us to a deep understanding of how our beliefs and values determine our actions and, ultimately, our destiny. Naruto, by remaining firm in his values, even in the face of unimaginable challenges, teaches us the importance of believing in the possibility of change, forgiveness, and transformation, both in ourselves and in others. These are central principles in the Christian faith, which teaches us to love, forgive, and believe in the power of God to help us overcome any obstacle. So, like Naruto, we can choose to live by the values we believe to be true, even when it is difficult. In doing so, we not only change our own lives, but we can also be instruments of transformation in the world around us. It is in faith in our values and the belief that change is possible that we find true power.